Okay, so let's get comfortable, and if you want to, like I do, you can put a blanket underneath the seat or anything else that you're used to using. Some people have a meditation cushion or anything like that. So get yourself settled and just let the weight of your body sink down into your seat. Try and relax your legs as much as possible, relax the hips. And you can do many different things to support that. So you might want to support your legs with something. Just having a blanket underneath sometimes is enough. And just sit up nice and tall and straight, lengthening through the body, through the front and the back and the sides of the body. Lengthening up through your neck and up into the crown of your head. And then just for a moment, checking in with the shoulders and just allowing your shoulders to sink down and relax in the same way that you're relaxing in the bottom half of your body, in your hips and your legs. So when you're ready now, you can gently close your eyes or maybe just gaze softly towards something. If you find having your eyes completely closed not very comfortable. And just now for a moment, begin to tune in to the rhythm of your breath, the natural rhythm of your breath. And as you do that, take a few moments to observe anything from outside. So perhaps some sounds that you can hear, or the temperature of the air on your skin, wherever you are, the feel of the clothes against your skin. Maybe you have some smells that you're aware of. And then start to move your awareness inwards. And beginning to notice any sensations from within your body. Noticing ease and comfort in your body. Noticing, are there any areas of discomfort, any tightness or soreness, aches or pains? And just observing and accepting whatever it is that you discover, whatever it is that you find. And knowing that we can work with whatever's there, that's our starting point. So moving your awareness now to the mind and the emotions, noticing how they are feeling this morning. What's the quality of your mind? Is it very busy, full of thoughts? Is it more tranquil and at ease? Or is it even a little bit slow and sleepy? And then noticing how you're feeling emotionally right now. What's your mood at the moment? What emotions are most prominent for you at this moment? And then taking your awareness directly back onto your breath. And now beginning to control the breath a little bit, starting to inhale nice and deeply. And as you do so, feeling your body, feeling the lungs, feeling the body expanding. And then as you exhale, let that breath out in a long, slow exhale. If possible, lengthening your exhale a little bit longer than your inhale. And then just keep going with this, breathing as deeply as you can, comfortably. Inhaling, feeling your body expanding, the lungs filling, and exhaling, having a sense of releasing and letting go. And you may even like to repeat to yourself mentally as you inhale, I invite in, and then add a word, perhaps calmness, serenity, joy, hope, gratitude. And then as you exhale, I release sadness, worry, doubt, anger, whatever it is that you'd like to get rid of, to let go of. So you can just try that a few times if that feels nice for you. I invite in on your inhale and I release on your exhale. And after your next exhale now, bring your hands together in front of your heart. Taking a moment to make an intention for yourself for today. A positive intention for you to work with throughout your day. And when you've made your intention, you can just gently bow your chin towards your chest to acknowledge it. And then interlock your fingers. And we're just going to stretch the arms away from us, so not above the head, away from us. So as you inhale, have the palms of your hands together. And as you exhale, peel your palms apart and stretch your arms away from you. So you're stretching the palms forward, stretching the arms out, and then bring them back in. And as you bring them in, bring the base of your hand together and also bring your elbows together. Squeeze it in. And then do the same again. So imagine you're sort of unpeeling your arms from each other, opening the elbows out to the side, and then just stretching away with your palms. And we'll do that again, bring it back in. And one more time, just opening out, stretching out. And then just stretch away. And with your next inhale, bring your arms now above your head. And reach up to the sky, pressing your sit bones to the floor, reaching towards the sky with your palms. Shoulders are relaxed, they're lifting up towards your ears because they have to have your arms above your head, but you're not stretching up, really pressing the shoulders up. The shoulders are still nice and relaxed. And then you can release the hands and slowly lower your arms out and down to the sides. So you can relax there for a moment. And then let's just take some shoulder rolls. So just nice big shoulder rolls. Inhaling the shoulders up and exhaling them down. And really getting your shoulder blades involved. So as your shoulders go back, you will squeeze your shoulder blades together. And as your shoulders come forwards, try to really separate them. And you can do this like I am with your arms flat or with your arms resting, or you can even bring your hands onto your shoulders, or even just use the whole arms as well. So just getting a nice little stretch out, little workout for the shoulders. This is an area where, let's do them one by one, where we really hold tension. So it's nice just to work with the shoulders a little bit. And this is kind of like swimming, as if you're doing the backstroke. So if you want, you can even get your arms involved. So let's take that forwards now, as if you're doing the front roll. And again, if you want to, you can even get your arms involved. So let's take them back both together a few times just to really open the chest, and then sit with your shoulders relaxed, sitting nice and tall. Good, take a moment there. And maybe if you've been sat with your legs crossed for a while, give your legs a little shake out. And then remembering which way you had them crossed, which will be your sort of more natural way of crossing them, which for me is usually the right one at the front. So I'm going to swap it round so that my left leg is at the front. Just ground your hands alongside you. And as you inhale, raise one arm up and stretch it over to the side. Exhale and bring it down. So let's do that a few times on this side. Inhaling up and over, arching your arm up and over, and exhaling, bringing it down. Try to keep the hip that you're moving away from grounded as you stretch over. And then let's do the other hand or the other arm. So just moving with the breath, inhaling up and over, exhaling, bringing it down. One more on this side. And then we're going to alternate. So bring one arm up and over, exhale it down, and then the other. Exhale it down, and we'll do two more each side. So trying to making sure you keep your shoulders nice and relaxed as you're doing this. Keeping your hip that you're moving away from grounded. And then come back to stillness. And just for a moment, observe how that feels. Then you can take hold of your knees. And if you have your legs out straight, you can just do the same thing, just hold on to the knees. And you might like to have your legs a bit wide if you sit with your legs outstretched. And we're just going to make some circles with the body. Inhale as you come forwards. Exhale as you go back. And then you can pause in the center and go back the other way. And you can close your eyes as you're doing this to take your awareness inwards. Or you can keep your eyes open as well. And then sit tall once more. Maybe shake out your legs. And let's do a little twist with the legs straight. So have your legs out straight. And if you need to, you can have the knees bent a little. Try and have your knees and your toes facing directly upwards towards the sky. And then take your arms out to the sides as you inhale. With another inhale, lengthen into the crown of the head as if you're being pulled up. And then as you exhale, twist one way and just bring your arms down, maybe resting one on your thigh or onto the floor if you can reach it, the other hand behind you. Lengthen again, inhale, and as you exhale. And watch your feet, don't let one get longer than the other. So don't twist from the hips, just twist from the upper part of your body. And the sit bones stay firmly grounded. Inhaling, coming back to the center, arms outstretched. And as we exhale, let's move to the other side. Ground your hands. Lengthen with your inhale. Deeper into the twist with your exhale, if that feels comfortable, if there's space for you to do that. Inhale, stretch out. Back to the center. Let's go to the other side again. Exhale. Watch those feet so that they don't slide forwards. Usually it's the one that you're sort of moving away from that wants to slide. So as I twisted that time, I noticed mine doing it. So inhale back to the center. Exhale. And you may find, like me, that one side wants to do it more than the other. So let's just do that one more time. Inhale back to the center. Arms outstretched. Exhale to twist. Inhale, center. And exhale, twist. Last one. Back out to the center. Inhale. And exhale, bring the arms down. And then if you're sat on something, I always find it easier to do this off of my raise. So if you want to, you can. And widen your feet about the width of your mat, lifting the toes off the floor. You can bring your hands behind you just to support you a little. And we're just going to try not to slump. Try to have the chest up, shoulders away from the ears. And just take the knees side to side. Again, moving with the rhythm of your breath. And you might find that your bum wants to wriggle forwards as you do that. So the trick I use is as I come back, I put some weight into my heels and just slide my bum back slightly. And that way my bum really stays pretty much where it is most of the time. And you can, with your head, look the opposite way to your knees if you like, or you can even follow the knees with the head. So you can find how that works for you. You can also just keep the head looking straight. So come back to the center, bring your legs together now, and continue the movement. With the legs together. And then you can come back to the center, stretch out, give yourself a little shake. Okay, let's come up into standing. So standing on your mats with your feet nice and firmly grounded, spreading out your toes, grounding your heels, and just letting your shoulders relax. Arms are nice and loose, nice and floppy. So we're just gonna bring the arms up above the head. Inhale, stretch up towards the sky. Really feel your feet in the floor, press them into the floor, and let that groundedness in your feet help you to rise up taller into the sky, into the fingers. And then exhale, relax the arms down. So as we come up this time, we're going to come up with the arms, but also lift off the heels. So as you inhale, come up and wobble. Come up, reach up towards the sky, ground your feet into the floor. And exhale, relax it down. And let's do that another time. Inhale, reaching up, heels away from the ground. Hold it for as long as feels comfortable. Notice all the work that your feet are having to do to keep you there. Exhale to come down. So we're going to inhale up now. Take hold of your right wrist. Exhale, lower the heels, and as you do so, stretch to your left. Inhale to come back up onto the toes. Take the left wrist. Exhale, lower your heels and stretch to your right. Inhale to come up. Hold the right wrist, lower the heels, move the body to the left. Inhale to come up, hold the left wrist. Exhale, lower the heels, move the body to the right. One more time, inhaling up. Lower the heels, move the body to the left. Inhaling up. Grab the left wrist, lower the heels and move the body to the right. Come back up one more time, stretch up tall. And exhale, relax the arms down. So you might like to shake out your arms and shoulders here. So we're going to do the hip hinges that we did. I did it once before with a stick. I know I haven't asked you to have a stick, but mine happens to be handy. So just to show you, have your feet about hip width or even slightly wider apart. And what you really want to try and keep is that nice sort of flat back. So you want to take the hips back, the knees stay more or less over your ankles as you fold forwards. And the body and the head and the tailbone are going to stay in kind of the same position as you bend down. So if you have the stick like I do, you know that your head and your tailbone are not moving because they're still touching the stick. So you can just keep going with that, with the hip hinge. And if you can, like I'm doing here, if you want to, you can bring your arms out. So it's quite nice once you use the stick and you know what it feels like, it makes it a lot easier to do it without the stick because your body then knows what the sensation is. So the next time you come down, you can hold it here, take your arms out, stretch yourself up, maybe lift yourself a little bit up more towards chair pose. So see if you can lift your chest up, and if the arms need to be lower down, that's great also. Really press into the floor with your feet to inhale and stand back up. So we're going to go into that one more time, and this time we're going to see if we can lift the heels once you're in the position as well. So exhaling, coming down, bringing the arms into position. And if possible, lift your heels up. And as you do that, you don't want to alter the position of the body too much. Nice deep breaths. Bring the heels down, ground. Inhale, press into the floor to stand up tall. Relax your arms. Good, give them shakeouts. So now let's do a little bit more work for the hips. So stand, and if you have something handy to hold on to and you want to hold on to something, great, go for it. If you don't, you can try doing it as a balance. Bring your knee up to about hip height and begin to make big circles, as big as feels comfortable for you. So if you want to do this as a balance, you might like to put your hands onto your hips or even the arms out to the sides. And then back the other way. Spread out the toes of your standing foot. So you're not gripping the floor with your toes, you're spreading them out. And then pause for a moment on both feet. Shift your weight to the other side and we'll begin on the other side. So remember, if you want to hold on, please feel free. And then going back the other way. So you can count your circles and do the same on both sides, both directions. Good, and then bring your feet back to grounded. Ground nice and firmly. Take a few deep breaths, just notice how that's feeling. And then we're going to step wide on the mat, so you might want to turn yourself sideways on your mat if you're not. Spread out your toes, ground down underneath your big toe, underneath your little toe, and right down through your heel. Stand nice and tall, relax the shoulders. Have a sense of gently pulling in with the belly, and the tailbones gently moves towards the floor. So you've got a nice little bit of engagement in the abdomen, the buttocks, and the thighs. Not too much, you don't want to be gripping everything tight, but just so that you can feel that you're using the muscles there a little. Soften and relax the shoulders. And then we're going to turn one foot out to a right angle, more or less. And you may like to shift the back heel now back towards the sort of short side of the mat behind you, if that feels comfortable for your legs. Adjust your legs so that they feel comfortable. The alignment of the front foot with the back foot, make sure that that also feels comfortable for your body. And then you can take the arms out to the sides, and as you exhale, bend the knee until it's above the ankle, more or less. So at this point, when you've got here, and you check in with your pose, just make sure that you feel comfortable, and if you don't, maybe adjust a few little things so that you're feeling that you can stay here nice and firmly for a little while without anything nagging you. And then you can turn your head to look down the arm that's above your bent knee. And just take 5 deep breaths in this posture. And as you're taking those breaths, just notice how it's all feeling. Notice what muscles are engaging, what sensations are coming up for you, what thoughts are coming up for you. Notice, can you ground more in your feet, or are you already really firmly grounded? So now, from here, we're going to take the front arm, the one that you're looking down, we're going to bring the forearm onto the thigh, and the other arm can stretch up and maybe even alongside your ear. So now, you're maybe feeling a nice lengthening from your back foot all the way into your fingers. So notice that sensation. How is it feeling for you? And also notice how is it feeling on the shorter side of your body, the one that's near your bent leg. Try and feel a little bit of length there as well, if you can imagine or feel that. And then perhaps you might like to try sliding your hand down your shin towards your foot, maybe taking it to the floor and noticing now how that feels. Noticing how far you can come down. Perhaps it's halfway down your shin, perhaps you prefer to stay right up on your thigh. So it's all an individual thing, so make it work for you. And again, keeping your feet grounded, and maybe even looking up under the armpit or even up towards your hand. Again, find what works for the neck. Always trying to keep your breath nice and smooth. And then you can use your top hand to sort of help you back up as you inhale, coming back to warrior. And then we're going to inhale and just straighten the front leg now. And as we exhale, reaching out back over that leg, but keeping it straight and moving into the triangle pose. So again, where your hand comes to is individual to you, and try and align your other arm with it so that your arms are creating a long straight line. Again, find somewhere that feels comfortable for your neck. So that might mean looking down or to the side, or even up towards your top hand. Keep space in your back, lengthening through the back. Watching your breath, keeping it smooth. And again, as you inhale, help yourself up with your top hand as if you're being pulled up. Arms back out, relax your arms down and bring your feet back to parallel. Pause here, take a moment, observe, notice any differences on the sides after doing that, all on one side. And then again, just lightly engaging in the abdomen, in the buttocks and the thighs, lightly drawing the tailbone down towards the floor, spreading out the toes, grounding. And then swiveling or pivoting your other foot out, and maybe the back heel back towards the end of the mat, the back end of the mat slightly. Inhale, take the arms out, and exhale, bend the knee above the ankle. Gazing down the arm that's above your bent leg. Gazing down the arm and beyond. So just having the real sense of stability here, feeling yourself grounded, adjusting. If you don't feel particularly grounded, fine, what can I do to make myself feel more grounded here? So just breathing and making any adjustments that feel appropriate. Always trying to keep the breath smooth, relaxed. And with your next exhale now, bringing your forearm onto your thigh, other arm goes over. Of course, if you have issues with your shoulder, the option to keep your hand down or just rest your hand on your hip like this is great. It's a good option to take. You can still have that sense of length without having the arm up. And then of course you can try sliding your hand down your shin towards the floor, noticing is it the same on this side, or can you go further, or can you go less far? What's happening for you on this side? Is it more of a challenge this side, or just does it feel more relaxed, more easy? Always trying as far as possible to keep the breath smooth. And if it starts to get a bit laboured, maybe choosing to back out of it a little bit more. And then coming back up, inhaling, lifting yourself up with that top arm. Straightening the front leg now. And as you exhale, moving out over the leg again and coming into triangle pose. Aligning the arms so that they're in a nice straight line. Keep the knees soft. It's straight, but it doesn't have to be completely rigid. You can have a little softness, a little slight bend in it, just to protect the knee if necessary. And just finding that comfortable place for your gaze. As you inhale now, coming up and relaxing the arms down. Bring your feet back to parallel. And here for a moment, just grounding, bringing your hands to your waist, or to your hips rather. As you inhale, lift up, lift your chest up. And as you exhale, fold yourself forwards and down, reaching through your spine into the crown of your head. You might like to pause halfway and slide your legs, arms down your legs. Inhale to lengthen, and as you exhale, let yourself go all the way down as far as you'll go. And then maybe even take hold of your elbows. And perhaps even just wriggle a little side to side, so you can just really stretch out the body so it feels nice. Okay, then come up slightly and place your hands on the floor, sort of more or less underneath your shoulders. And we're just going to bend one leg and straighten the other. And then do the same on the other side. So just take this as far as you can, and you may have something, you could have your hands higher up, and if you can't get your hands on the floor, you could put your hands on your thighs instead, so maybe you're much higher up. Just straightening, bending one leg at a time, just noticing how this feels side to side. Good. And then coming back to the center, lengthening through the spine, bringing the hands back down to your ankles or to your shins, wherever you reach. Lengthen as you inhale, exhale. Bring your head down towards the floor. And then take your opposite hand over to your leg. So if you're taking your right hand, it's over to the left leg. And as you inhale, lift into a twist. Good. Exhale, coming down. Bringing the other hand over to the opposite leg now. And inhaling, lifting the top arm. The free arm looking up into a twist. Exhaling, coming down, hanging down to the middle for a moment. And then take your hands onto your hips, bend the knees slightly, and inhale, press into the floor to come all the way back to standing. Relax your arms and gently wriggle your feet together. Stand tall in Tadasana. Take a few deep breaths, maybe sighing the breath out and just observing for a moment the body, how it feels. And then in whatever way feels good for you, you can lie yourself down on your mat, face up. Stretch out your legs. Let your feet flop out to the sides, palms up towards the sky. And just let go for a few minutes. Just take a few deep breaths, let your body sink into the floor. And then you can wriggle your fingers and toes. Take a deeper breath in, stretch your whole body. Reach your arms overhead, reach and stretch, wiggling fingers and toes some more if you like. And then as you exhale, hug your knees up to your chest. Take a nice deep breath in, and as you exhale, hug your shoulders and your head up towards your knees. Hold this for a breath or two. And then as you inhale, stretch it all out. Stretch the arms, stretch the legs out long. And as we exhale, we're going to hug back in. All up together this time, knees, head, shoulders. Hug it in really tight, like you're hugging into a little ball. Inhaling, stretching out. And exhaling, hugging in. Inhale, stretching out. And this time we're just going to hug the right knee in. Inhale, stretching out. Left knee, hug it in. Head and shoulders come up as well. Inhale, stretch out. Exhale, right knee comes in. Inhale, stretch out. Exhale, left knee comes in. Inhale, stretch out. Hug the right knee in. Keep your head and shoulders down this time. Relax your shoulders. And now take your hands around the back of your thigh. So around sort of the back of your knee. And just then, keeping hold, straighten your leg towards the sky. So just straightening it up as much as feels comfortable. And then start to gently walk your hands up the back of your leg towards your foot. And as you do that, you'll be drawing your leg towards your head. And then maybe you'll get to a point where you can't bring it any further. So then you can lift your head and shoulders up to meet your leg. And then you might find that you can walk your hands a little further up. So keep extending into your left leg, the one that's on the floor. Extending down into the heel, trying to press the thigh towards the floor as much as comfortable. And just stay here, keep breathing. And then if you feel like you could take a little bit more lengthening on the back of your leg, you can try then lying back down, holding your foot where it is or holding your leg where it is and seeing how that is. Or you can just choose to release the leg and come down. And then we're going to just bend the knee back into the chest, hug it in for a moment. Inhale, stretch out, arms above the head, legs straight. Exhale, bring the left leg in. Take the hands behind the back of the thigh again. And just straighten that leg up towards the sky, towards the ceiling. Stretching up as comfortable as, or as far as it feels comfortable. And then gently walking your hands up the leg. Drawing the leg towards your shoulders, towards your chest, towards your head. And then when you can't take it any further, you can lift your chest and your head and your shoulders up to meet the leg. And maybe even creep your hands up a bit further. Keep extending into your leg that's on the floor. And then if you like, you can lower yourself back down, keeping hold of your leg where it is. See how that feels. If it doesn't feel good, let go of it. And then release, hug your knee back to the chest. Inhale, stretch it out. And exhale, hug both the knees back in. But you can keep your head and shoulders to the floor. Just rock a little side to side now. Make some circles with your knees. Go the other way a few times with those circles. And then bring your feet to the floor. Ground your feet. Have your feet more or less hip width apart. And you can experiment by bringing your heels closer in towards your bum and notice how that feels. And really try to observe it in your legs and in your back and find what works optimally. Then take them, slide them a bit further away, notice how that feels. And just take them in between until you find the sort of optimal position for your legs. And when you're there, pause here. And just ground your feet nice and firmly. So although we're not standing on our feet, still try and get that sensation of standing on your feet. So you've got a little bit of pressure down into the floor. And then exhale, ground your back down into the floor. So you'll be tilting your pelvis backwards and you can press even more into the floor with your feet. And then as you inhale, slowly lift the hips away from the ground and feel like you're lengthening from your hips to your knees. So you kind of feel like your knees are moving away from you as you lift your hips off the floor into bridge pose. Slowly lower it down a bit. Maybe don't go all the way up to your maximum. We'll go up and down a few times. Relax. Exhale, ground your back, press the feet into the floor. Inhaling, lifting up, lengthening from your hips to your knees, across the thighs. Exhaling, rolling down. Pausing there for a moment, relaxing everything. And then again with the next exhale, press your feet into the floor, ground your back. And as you inhale, slowly lifting the bum away from the ground, lengthening from your hips to your knees. Holding it here this time, noticing what muscles you're using to hold yourself here. Nice deep breaths. And then you can slowly roll that back down again. Pausing there for a moment. And then wriggle your feet to the outside edge of your mat. Let your knees drop together and take your arms out to the sides in the shape of a T. So drop your knees down to the right side and look towards your left hand. And as you do that, turn your right palm down towards the floor. So knees to the right, right palm is down to the floor. You're looking at your left palm, which is turned up towards the sky. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, we're going to swap sides. So draw your knees to the center, bring your head to the center and start to swivel your arms. Knees are moving to the left side now. Right palm is going up and you're looking at an upturned palm. So the hands are changing, knees are changing, head is changing. Exhaling, coming back to the center, rolling all the way over to the other side, twisting the arms as you move the knees side to side. And then just get into the rhythm of this now. Exhaling to come to the center, inhaling to lower the knees, twist the arms. And you can really let the whole body get involved. So you feel the side of your body getting involved in this. So this is a rather nice, sort of luxurious movement. You should be trying to really make the most of it, make it feel as luxurious as possible. And just do one more. Coming back to center now. And just pausing there. Sliding your legs out long and maybe bringing your arms down by your sides a little bit more. And just taking a moment to notice how that feels. Good, and then you can just roll yourself over to your front in whatever way feels nice. So try to make it nice and smooth. And then draw your elbows so that they're underneath your shoulders. Bring your legs close-ish together. Press the tops of the feet, the thighs and the pubic bone into the floor. So your hands are out in line with your elbows and your shoulders. So everything's about shoulder width apart. And you're looking like the Egyptian Sphinx. So the elbows are underneath the shoulders. The back's got a little back bend in it. Shoulders are gently away from the ears. We're not letting the shoulders hunch up. Gently pull them away. And now let's really engage the feet, the legs, the pubic bone into the floor. As you do this, you might find or you might feel the buttocks, the gluteus muscles beginning to engage. That's good. Gently engage as well the abdomen. And then inhale and lengthen through your spine, lifting the chest, drawing the shoulders away from the ears, length through your neck, all the way up into the crown of the head. And then let's just take a few deep breaths here in the Sphinx. And then you can slide your elbows out to the sides, make a pillow with your hands, rest your forehead on that pillow, and just let go for a few moments. Slide your elbows back underneath your shoulders. Ground your hands again, ground the legs, the pubic bone. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, lengthen through the front of the body, shoulders draw away from your ears. Press your hands into the floor and see if you could straighten the arms, lifting the body a little more up. Nice deep breaths. So let's take a nice deep breath in and look up slightly. And then as you exhale, turn your head to look towards your right foot. Inhale back to the center, look up slightly. Exhale, turn your head to look at the left foot. Inhale, come back to the center, look up. Exhale and lower your elbows back down to the ground. Pause for a minute here in the Sphinx. And then shift your elbows out to the sides and come back into that rest pose, crocodile pose, Makanasana. Let go. Maybe you might like to wriggle your pelvis side to side a little if that helps to shake out any tightness in your low back. And now slide your hands so they're underneath your shoulders. Perhaps tuck your toes under. Push yourself up into table pose. So your hands are under your shoulders and your knees are under your hips. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Gently engage the front of your body. Exhale, curl the tailbone under, arch the back up. Tuck the chin to the chest, cat pose. Inhale, lift the tailbone, let the back sink towards the floor, belly towards the floor. Raise the head, pull the shoulders away from the ears. Cow pose. Exhaling, cat pose. Inhaling, cow. One more please, exhale, cat. Inhale into cow. And as you next exhale, come into child pose. Sink your seat back to your heels. You may like to open the knees wider, reach your hands forwards to begin with into hare pose. And you can press your hands into the floor to help you press your hips back towards your heels. Relax your head. And then relax your arms and maybe even slide them so that your hands are back by your feet with the palms turned up. And now just breathe through your spine. Imagine the breath rising through the spine as you inhale, bringing vitality and energy into the spine. And as you exhale, feel the breath descending through the spine, bringing relaxation and ease. So when you feel ready, place your hands underneath your shoulders and slowly roll yourself up, sitting up. And bring the knees together, sit to one side of your heels, and then just stretch your legs out to the front. Sit up nice and tall. So again, if this sitting up tall without some sort of support under your bum is tricky, then please put a little bit of support underneath your sit bones. It just sometimes makes it a completely different posture and just much more enjoyable. So feel free to do that. And then we're just going to bend the right leg and just bring the heel in towards your hip socket. So keep it the same side. Just draw the heel in towards your buttock and then take the right hand behind you. Lengthen as you inhale, and as you exhale, you can wrap your left arm around that knee and just turn into a twist. Keep your left leg, the straight one, keep it nice and active with the toes and the knee facing towards the sky. Nice deep breaths. And then we're going to inhale and release. And let the right knee just go out to the side. And maybe even you can support that with something, with a cushion or a block, unless you feel comfortable and it can go down towards the floor, or it feels comfortable without anything, that's fine. So again, straight leg nice and straight, knee and toes towards the ceiling. Just rest your hand on your thigh, lengthen as you inhale through the body, and then as you exhale, just tilt yourself forwards from the hips, letting your hands slide down the legs towards the foot. Wherever you get to, just pause there, lengthen, try to press forwards from behind your heart, lengthening, exhaling perhaps, going a little more, and inhaling. And then you get to a point where that's it for you, and you just pause there and breathe. Keep length through your neck, keeping hold of wherever you've reached with your hands. Sometimes it's nice even to have a strap to hold onto around the foot for this. And then you can inhale and slowly release, sitting up tall again. Bring your knee back up and straighten the right leg out, and maybe even give your knee a little massage, a little rub, just to say thank you. Bending the left knee up now, bringing the heel towards the buttock, and taking the left hand behind you. Sitting up tall with your inhale, maybe even using your hand a little bit to assist that. And then as you exhale, turning your body to the left, wrapping your right arm around your left knee. Nice deep breaths. Inhale to slowly release. Let your knee go out to the sides. Place the sole of your foot on your inner right thigh. And again, notice, does this side need support? Maybe the other side didn't need support, but this side does. Or maybe the other side needed support and this one doesn't. So it's up to you. Notice what your body needs. Just rest your hands on your thighs. Sit up nice and tall. Knees and toes towards the sky. Inhale, lengthen. And as you exhale, tilting forwards from your hip joints, just tilting forwards. Gently sliding your hands down as you move forwards. Pause for a moment. Inhale, lengthen. See if you can press forwards a little bit from behind your heart. Exhaling, maybe releasing a little deeper into the fold. And then just when you found your perfect spot, just stay there and breathe. So your perfect spot should be a combination of a little bit of effort with not too much. So you will ease in the effort. So yes, you can feel your body working, but you're not feeling any strain. And as you sit in the pose, as you breathe with the posture, you may find that there's space which seems to open up for you, in which case you can move into that space and see how that feels. And if you move into it and it's not feeling good, you can back out a little bit again. You can try it again. Just work with your body, work gently with your body. And most importantly of all, listen to your body. Our bodies are intelligent, and if we can listen to them, they'll let us know when it's okay and when it's not okay. Coming back up slowly now, lifting up tall, lengthening through your spine as you come back up. Bringing your knee in, lengthening that leg out, maybe giving that knee a little thank you massage. And then taking your time now to make your Shavasana comfortable. So for me, I like to have a little bit of a raise under my knees. So that can be in the form of a cushion or a rolled up mat or a blanket or anything you like. You may like to cover yourself with a blanket, have a slight raise under your head with something else, a low cushion or even another folded blanket. Lie yourself down on your back. Take your arms out to the sides with the palms up. Let your feet flop out to the sides. Take a few moments to wriggle your body down into the floor. Settle it in nicely so that you really feel comfort. And just make sure that your clothes feel comfortable. You've got no lumpy bits of t-shirt underneath you or anything. Just take a few moments to wriggle yourself into comfort. And then when you're there, take a nice deep breath in. And just sigh it out. And with that sigh, just let go. Let go of anything that you would like to let go of. Letting go of the physical efforts. Letting go of any mental, emotional efforts. Releasing tension, worries, anxiety. Releasing it and letting it sink down into the floor. To be transformed into joy, into hope, into gratitude. And then when you feel completely settled and at ease, you can let your breath come back to its natural rhythm, allowing yourself to relax completely. Nothing more for you to do right now, except for allowing yourself to be completely at ease. Gently watch the rhythm of your breath. Observe anything in the here and now. Be present. Be here, be now. Relaxed and at ease. Bring your awareness back now to your physical self. Take a deeper breath in and feel that breath go down into your toes and your fingers. And bring movements into them, wriggling fingers, toes. Letting that movement move up into your wrists, your ankles. Beginning to stretch your body in whatever way it feels good. Stretching out arms and legs. Please take your time, there's no hurry. Perhaps hugging your knees towards your chest, maybe rolling the knees in circles a few times each way, rocking the body side to side. And then rolling yourself over to one side and pausing there for a moment. Just noticing how you feel. And then when you feel ready, gently, gently, gently pushing yourself up into a comfortable seated position. So just sitting tall and straight, shoulders relaxed, chest slightly lifted, head's just sitting nice and tall on top of your spine. And let's just take our awareness now to the breath. Just noticing the breath as it gently moves in and out of your body. Beginning to gently increase our breath, taking control of its rhythm. Inhaling fully without stress or strain. Exhaling out long and slow, releasing out anything we'd like to let go of. You may even like to exhale out softly through your mouth. And if possible, lengthen your exhale so that it's longer than your inhale. With your next exhale, bring your hands together in front of your heart. Pause for a moment here. Notice how you feel. Let your breath come back to its natural rhythm. Now remembering the intention that you made at the beginning of the class, bring it back to your awareness now. And let's take time now to chant Om 3 times to finish the class. Take a full breath in and out. Inhale and we'll begin. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bow your chin to your chest, taking a moment to say thank you to yourself for making the effort to practice today, for making the effort to work on yourself. Hari Om Tat Sat. Namaste.